Hey guys, and here we are again at the amazing Culture Gym and Kitchen in southwest London. And today I'm going to take you guys through giant sets. Okay, what's a giant set? Giant set is a traditional bodybuilding system where we were going to do something like minimum of 4 exercises in a row. Okay, you've all heard of things like supersets, which is 2 exercises back to back, trisets, 3 exercises back to back, pre-exhaust, post-exhaust. There's a lot of these bodybuilding training systems which are designed to get things a little bit more intense and advanced once your body is adapted to what we might call a straight set, where you just do 1 exercise, then you have a rest, then you repeat the same exercise. Okay, so giant sets is at the far end of that. And what's the benefit of doing giant sets to a trainee? Well, one of the things I would say that if you're into bodybuilding and you're trying to increase the size of your muscles, and that applies to a lot of you guys, is that you're really going to improve the strength endurance capabilities of that muscle group. Because if you do, for example, 10 reps on chin-up or lat pull-down, then you go straight and do 10 bent over rows or 10 seated rows. By the time you've done 4 exercises in a row, you've really taxed that muscle group much more than it's used to. And you're having to tap into different energy sources and potentially different muscle fibers as well. So from a bodybuilding standpoint, giant sets are an amazing system. For somebody that's looking to maintain their condition or maybe look at fat loss specifically, giant sets, even though it's very bodybuilding specific, it's also a really useful system that you guys can use to try and get your metabolic rate up and to burn as many calories as possible. Okay, just imagine doing giant sets for your lower body where you have to do a set of squats, straight into a set of leg press, straight into a set of lunges, straight into a set of hack squats. Okay, if you take each one close to failure, your legs are going to be on fire by the end of that. Okay, so there's a metabolic rate benefit to doing giant sets as well. So all in all, I'd say it's like a really versatile, fairly advanced training system that you guys can use to hopefully get some more gains in the gym. Okay, so we're going to look at back today. I'm going to show you a back-specific giant set. So let's have a look at some of the equipment and the exercise choices. Okay, so when you're setting up your giant set, there's a couple of things to consider, and it's probably best not to just randomly select exercises. I think the 2 most important things when you're setting up a giant set, which in this case is going to be 4 exercises back-to-back, again for the same body part. I think the most important thing is that you try and attack the body from like a multi-angular perspective. So when I say that, I mean, if I'm targeting my lats, which is the back workout, I want to try and get a mixture of different angles. So whether it's like vertical pull, horizontal pull, pull downs, close grips, reverse grips. And if you can sort of be quite intelligent about how you place these exercises during the giant set, you'll find not only have you got the ability to sort of keep on pushing through, keep pushing out the reps right till the end, rather than it being pull-ups, lat pull-down, chin-ups, you're pretty much targeting the same body part, and I think the chances of really getting through the giant set without that muscle group failing are pretty slim. So select your exercises carefully, and I'll run through that in a second. Another really important thing to bear in mind with body parts with giant sets is that in the gym, convenience is king. Yeah? You agree? Pretty important. Convenience is king. So what you need to do is make sure that when you're selecting your stations, what we don't want to have is we don't want a situation where you're doing your lat pull downs in one half of the gym and the pullover station is in the other room, and before you know it, this concept of like back-to-back exercises, you end up having 45 seconds between exercise A and exercise B. Okay, that's kind of like against the point of the giant sets. So in this case, we've set up 4 exercises which are very close to each other. You've got more chance of like maintaining your station then, and like somebody else in the gym isn't going to come and jump on your bit of kit when you want it. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got for today's workout. Okay, so personally, my favorite back exercise is the lat pull down machine. One of the reasons I like this machine is that I can always get a really good mind-muscle connection when I'm doing this, more so than when I'm doing pull-ups. So I would probably start my back giant set with a variation of the lat pull down. Okay, and then, like I said, trying to change the angle of the actual workout then, try and maybe move to more of a horizontal pull. So in this case, quite conveniently, we have got a seated row set up right next to the lat pull down. Okay, you guys all know what a seated row is. Okay, the seated row targets like the middle of the back and the upper back, depending on how you pull the handle. Okay, for exercise number 3, again, very convenient on this station, we've got another vertical pull around the back. So what I've done is I've set up a different type of handle, and this is more like a neutral grip pull down. So again, we're using a slightly different part of the back, slightly different part of the bicep to get that vertical pull. So we've gone from like a vertical pull to a horizontal pull, back to a vertical pull, and then what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to a horizontal pull. Okay, so that's going to be the bent over row, nice and simple. It's a bit of a classic. It could also be a one-arm dumbbell row, depending on what equipment you guys have. All right, so what I've done now is I've set up a nice, simple bent over barbell row. Like I said, it could be a one-arm dumbbell row. The key is that we're going back to more of a horizontal pulling pattern, because like I said, after 4 exercises for back, if you're taking it pretty close to failure on each one, by the time you get to the 4th exercise, your back and your arms are going to be pretty tired. So again, applying a different angle is definitely going to be to your benefit. As you can see, I've just kind of set it up in a rack down here. I mean, one word of warning with these giant sets is that your form is probably going to degrade slightly. You know, I'm a fan of doing things with good form and good range of motion, but the key with the giant sets is it's the volume of work and the short rest periods between. That's the main stimulus that you're going to get to your muscles. So me personally, as a coach and a trainer, I don't get too worried when my clients start adding a little bit of momentum into the last few reps or on the last exercise, because you know by the 4th exercise it's pretty impossible to do things perfectly. However, what I would expect you to not do is to be that guy in the gym that's doing the bent over rows with the hunched shoulders and literally just upright rowing the bar up, okay? All right, so let's get started. Like I said, it's lat pull down for the first exercise. Going to go for a nice traditional 10 rep range on every single exercise. Just try and control the tempo where possible. Get a good mind-muscle connection, okay? Try and get 10 reps, more of a neutral grip pull down now, but again, we've gone from a horizontal to a vertical pull. Alright, so that was the first round of the giant sets. As you saw, did 4 exercises in a row, minimal rest. I got 10 reps on each one, pretty decent form. This is round 2. Probably be looking to do at least 4 or 5 rounds of these giant sets. So some serious reps involved, okay? So second set's going to be a little bit harder. Let's go. Really?